Audio check, testing. Dude, what? Audio testing, check, check. Okay, so you can hear me this time. I think the husky's confused because she can hear my voice in the room too. Okay. Alright, sorry about that. That first video, once I realized I got the audio working, I fucking closed the thing out. Anyway, we've got a lot to talk about today. Holy shit. But before we get started, before we deep dive into anything, you gotta go make sure you look good for the camera and shit. No, I'm just being stupid. I'm not gonna play music for you guys this time. I am calmed down. If you watched any of my videos from this morning where I was like having like a fucking panic attack because I knew I was gonna have a shitty day at work, and it ended up happening, and it ended up being a longer day than it was supposed to be, and it was just I've never felt more like a slave in my life. It was horrible. I don't even really want to think about it too much because like there was some good parts of the day, and we'll talk about the good stuff too. It's just a crazy ass fucking wild energy day, man. So first thing that's happened. That's so loud. Hold on. All right. So technically, yesterday I started my first silent film. I didn't mean for that to happen. That was never the plan. It just kind of worked out that way. Life is weird sometimes, man. And I know I had a little lapse of before I go start diving deep into this today. I just want to say, first of all, while I'm thinking about it, like while it's on the forefront of my brain, it's okay to not be okay. Like, as long as you don't spend too much time not being okay. Because we all have bad days. We all have shitty, like, not every day's gold and silver. I've said that before. And some days are better than others, and some days are worse than others. But you gotta find something good in the days that make you feel like you want to give up, because that's really where the test lies. And I learned a lot today. Today was a lesson. It was a lesson that I needed to learn, and I'm blessed and I'm grateful and thankful for the opportunity to learn that lesson, even though at the time, earlier, dealing with all this, like, obviously I was having fucking like a mental breakdown, on the verge of anyway. And sorry, these fucking blast beats are getting me. I'm learning to play the drums too. But fucking horrible. I knew. So let me backtrack. I put a bunch of extra panic and stress on myself for no reason. It's just one of those times you get in the moment of being just fucking doing shit, I guess. And you guys, I do apologize that we're kind of being a little slow and not really, because of that shit that happened with the video yesterday. We are behind. We're so behind, but it's okay. I found a way to make, like, everything. Bad times don't last, but bad guys do. Chico, I'm a fucking superstar, and I'm tired of being treated like a fucking peasant, like a slave, like a fucking bitch boy. I know my worth, and it's goddamn time that I start getting compensated for my worth. Because after today, and you'll hear me in a couple videos in the past, like, talking shit about how I'm not a big fan of where I'm currently working. And before anybody says anything, I know I have the choice to not be at that place any longer, and I could quit like that and be the end of it. But there's so much more to it than that. Like that. And I didn't know it at the time, but that fucking little grimy little cornerstone chicken shack is like a very, very, very important piece of my life. Because that's where the magic started. That was the first time me and her hung out. We went to the midget wrestling, and that was before I worked there. I didn't know anybody there, and that was before I had told myself that I wanted to work there, and I'm so upset that we missed the video yesterday. Because I did say I had so much shit. I told a bunch of stories, and I said a lot of important shit, man. A lot of important shit. And it doesn't notify me when it's like gonna like start blocking or like muting my shit, or if it does, it sends it to me and I don't see it till after it's already happened. It's like, fuck, man. Nothing's really sticking it for me right now, music wise. We did some singing. We had a lot of shit yesterday in that video. It's 4.5 hours. But it's okay. I'm not gonna beat myself up over it anymore. I thought about it all day during the shitty day that I was having, and before the day started I was thinking about it already because I noticed it when I tried to upload the video. And I thought I was really onto something. I was like, damn, I'm really doing this. I really got the right shit to say right now, and like, and I was kind of going back and forth around some things, and I don't know if I want to deep dive into everything I was talking about yesterday on this video. The purpose of this video today is it's an appreciation post, because you have to find the light. Like there's always going to be light seeping through the darkness, regardless. And the light always comes through, man. It always comes through when you're not expecting it. And I knew I was having, I told myself, I knew I was gonna have a rough day for two reasons today. First of all, I stayed up all night yesterday filming, and I thought I was sharing information and telling stories. It ended up being a silent film. And see, I didn't let it bother me for too long because I'm in this, where I'm at in this new mindset, but I did ponder on it for a minute and let it kind of stew, because I knew I was already upset, and I was like, well, fuck, let's dive into this little social experiment a little bit more. Let's play with these emotions and kind of just deep dive into it and see what happens. Like, I'm gonna be in a good mood. I know the day is gonna be shitty, but like I'm still gonna be in the best mood I could be for not having any sleep at all. And luckily, today went the way it did. Like, it's just so weird. It's so weird when you think something's not working out and you're like, fuck, man, I'm so fucked, and this is happening, and then they move you around and they make you do something, and then it's like, oh no. Like, it actually benefited me and like actually worked out in my favor for a change. So the main objective here is I'm the only male server / bartender in the front. So it's me, and then they have like 8 or 9 broads hired. And so, you know, like between that, all of them have drama that they're like all within and get into. I think it's funny. I was like, oh, I don't like that bitch. And you know me, Mr. fucking Captain Stir the Pot. I'm always instigating shit, talking shit to, like, because for some reason all these girls come up to me and they're like, tell me their drama and their bullshit. Like, I give a fuck, and I tell them, like, I keep it 55th Street with everybody, man. I keep it 55th Street with everybody. And like, if you're doing something stupid, or if you're pissing me off, if you're being sus, if you're cranking my energy the wrong direction, I'm calling your ass the fuck out on it. I'm gonna be like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you being weird? Why are you being sus? Why are you looking at me like that? Like, and because it's like, I'm not the problem. I know when I am, and like I said this morning I knew I was the problem because I was kind of in a bitchy mood because I didn't have any sleep, and I knew the day was going to be a shitty day, and that's all I could think about at that moment in time was like that. And so once I kind of rebounded around that thought and actually started thinking about shit that mattered again, and like just started doing what I'm supposed to do, just went in and I was supposed to be like a server, and then they changed it, and they're like, oh, you're gonna be a bar back, and then they're like, well, actually you're gonna be a bartender because I'm gonna be a manager, like this girl's gonna be a manager, so you're gonna be a bartender, bar back / food runner / and so I'm getting ahead of the story here. So the first piece of the pie I walk in 9 a.m. There's like 6 people in there. Like, I'm like, why in the fuck are we here this early? Like, I need to know what to do. Like, I asked a few different people, like, what do I need to do right now? Because it's 9 o'clock in the morning. Why in the fuck am I here? And then this broad that fucking cleans, she comes in and cleans the restaurant in the morning, and 3 fucking interactions I had to have with this bitch this morning, and they were all unpleasant. And that was the start of the fucking Spitfire. I was like, oh my god. Because y'all know me, like I said, I keep it 55th Street, and if someone says something stupid, I'm gonna say something stupid back, or look at you and like make you feel stupid about what you just said to me. But I have my headphones in, both my headphones in. That means don't fucking talk to me. Don't bother me. I'm fine. Look, when I start cutting promos and stuff, you can't be acting this sus. This fucking dog, look, she like, I know, everything is fine, baby. Everything is fine. She's such a good dog. But I don't want to get derailed. I'm seeping my thoughts right now. Hey, what the fuck are you doing over there? Oh my goodness, come here. Let me see what you got. I got Pooh Bear. That's Winnie the Pooh. Every time I see something that like I think is cute, like a stuffed animal, or I'm like, oh, the dog would love this, and I would love it too. Love to have it. Like, Pooh Bear's so cute. Let me have. That's mine. All right, we're about to get the husky a little riled up here. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where did it go? Let me see. Oh, she just snatched my fucking cord out. Plug it back in, hurry. I can't get marked. What are you doing? Let me see. Oh my goodness. I think this dog is bipolar like I am. Because some days she's like this, like we're being real playful and cute, and then some days she's just like, ew, human, don't touch me. Ain't that right? Let me see. Okay, so we'll get back to the story. Story time with fucking Country Cody. I don't know. Fucking stupid ass I used to work with called me that, and I'm like, oh shit, I guess I can be a character. I guess, right? Sometimes I gotta like on the fly my like characters and shit because I'm always trying to. I can jump seamlessly in and out of character to different characters, like Jim Carrey, like as easy as Jim Carrey does it. And I didn't realize that I was able to do that until like recently, and so now I'm capitalizing on that. You want this crusty ass bunny? Got a little paw on my arm. He's so silly. Who's a silly husky? Who's a silly husky? Only thing that drives me fucking bananas about having a husky, other than the fucking husky itself, is the hair. I love this dog to pieces, but she is a fucking toddler. It's. I always said, like, I don't want kids. I don't want no kids. And this fucking monster is worse than a child a lot of the time. She's getting better now that she's, like, older and shit, obviously, but, like, my God, anybody that's ever been around a husky knows, like, I don't have to say anything, they just know. They're sassy, they're full of personality. They're stealth, they're good at bombastic side eyes. Oh, ain't that right? Rah, 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 rah. Rah, 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 rah. Jay, what Los That's my bunny. Nope, that's my bunny. And I'm gonna go back to the story. Or like today is worth telling the story about for sure. I'm probably gonna loop over some pieces that we already talked about and some stuff that we already said, but such a fucking intense day. Just hey, you can't be running around like that, baby. It's too late, okay? I know. Oh man, I can't wait till I can buy a house with a yard, so I don't have to fucking like tell my dog that she can't be a dog and play. Like, that shit hurts me every time I have to tell her to not, like, she gets excited and she likes to play like she's doing right now, and I do take her out a lot. We go on walks and take her to the park, and we actually just got back from a car ride, and like, she gets plenty of exercise. That's not the point. The point is that living in a fucking apartment is horrible. First and fifth of all, there's no, I want out of that reality, like, a fucking sap. Like, I'm ready to buy a house, and it's good these experiences have happened to me, and at the time they've happened to me to make me, like, learn and grow and better myself and think different things, because before I didn't give a fuck. I didn't want a house. Like, I just wanted, like, somewhere to lay my head down. And it sounds kind of sad, but I mean, I didn't really want much in life. Like, I really didn't. Like, I didn't. None of us asked for this life that we were given. So I'd always try to make the best of it. Like, even during my bad days, and like, I was doing stuff that, like, was part of the social experiment, and I was like conducting this social experiment on myself and on other people around me before I even really realized I was actually doing it. Are you chewing on my pillow, you fucking freak? Yeah, she's like got slobber on my damn leather face pillow. I'm not mad at the husky. I'm not mad at the baby. Let me see that porcupine. Let me see it. That thing is funny. It makes it like a. I don't know if you heard the sound. You probably will. The more she kind of gets it, but it's got a really funny squeaker sound in it. And I have to be like super careful with the toys I get for the dog because my autistic ass will go bananas at the wrong repetition sound. Like certain sounds that I hear, I'll give you a list of them one day when I dive into like when we start opening up the autism spectrum and like talking about all of that. When I like started realizing I was autistic, didn't know that that's exactly what it was until many years later, but that's a whole fucking thing to dive into, and I'm not doing all that right now. I don't know, Spotify's actually putting some, this'll work. Örblicke Tochter des Filmens. What are you looking at, Husky? Alright, but I'm telling y'all this story now. Bits and pieces, and y'all know how I am. I go around the block and come back. But I was saying earlier about the damn chicken shack, of how it's really sentimental to my heart right now, and it's so fucking weird, and it's not really gonna make sense right now, but because I'm gonna break that down, that whole thing, that whole scenario, and we're gonna talk about that too later. I've got so much shit planned for you guys, like so much, like just so much, and I'm to the point now where I'm not letting myself get as overwhelmed as I used to, and I'm able to control I'm definitely able to like master my emotions on a whim. And as soon as you're able to do that, you're able to take. Someone say something really fucking stupid to you, the old me, I would like just ponder on it and like tweak out like, oh, you're fucking stupid, and like, and it's gotten to me at the chicken shack because these fucking people are really fucking stupid here too sometimes. And it's this one bitch that reminds me of my ex's mother. And like the second she starts opening her fucking yap, I don't even know her name, it doesn't matter, but she's one of those, like, she comes in, I've been coming in here for blah blah blah, and when last time I was in here so and so did this for me, and da 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 da. Well, I don't care about that. You've probably been fucking sucking their dick for 10 years. I was told to do it a different way. yada yada yada. But it's just like my eyes started twitching the first time I heard that lady talk. And she's like one of like several people that come in there that are just so god awful. And I don't like to be one of those people. Like, I don't like talking about people. Especially like these idiots kind of, I'll give them their 15 seconds of fame because their idiocy is it's entertaining. I'll give it that. Even though it really pisses me off sometimes, I know, like, where I'm at mentally right now, I know, like it'll piss me off for a second. I'm like, what the fuck? Get out of here with that. And I'm laughing in my head, and I'm in a good mood. And, like, I may not always show it on the, like, outside because exterior forces control my face more than I do. And what I mean by that is, like, my face doesn't lie to you. Like, if you walk up and you say something awkward that makes me, like, have to look around, like, sus, I'm gonna feel sus. Like, I didn't realize how fucking socially retarded I was, dude, until I was in my mid-20s. I'll be 30 in January, and all the way up until I was maybe 24, that I start finding out that I was fucking mentally disabled. And there's someone's gonna hear me like, yo, you're not retarded, you're not da 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 da, like, great. I don't. It's like the weird spectrum of autism. Like, that's something we're gonna talk about too, because I didn't know, and there's so much shit. Like, when I was a kid, I knew something was wrong with me, and I know I'm derailing about the story I wanted to tell you guys about today, but we'll get to that. We'll get to all of that. I just want to talk right now, I guess, because I wasted 4 hours yesterday and a half, and that's the last I'm gonna mention it. Except for maybe in a future video where we reference that. But before we go back into the story, I'm gonna tell you, I humbled myself today. Like, it was a lesson, and I learned the lesson. And maybe I'll tell you exactly what the lesson was that I learned. And what I'm starting to realize too is I'm learning every day. There's something I'm gonna have to learn every day to get me ready for this life that I know I am ready for. And it's slowly happening, slowly but surely. Here's a piece of the story that goes to, like, all the way just disregard what I just said. We're gonna start over. I got Pooh Bear. What are you doing, schizoid? Hoorah. 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 Oh my goodness. My goodness. My phone's not charging. Oh, I need to get a new phone. So much stuff. Like, my life is leveling up in a very fast way, and I wasn't ready for this level up. and I thought I was, and then a lot of shit started happening to me, these lessons, and it would be like, holy shit, okay, like, you're on the right path, keep doing what you're doing, but that thing you were thinking about didn't work, so just, let's divert this way, let's go here. Music. Let's see. I'm not giving up. And I know you'll hear me in some videos. There will be times when I'm in my rebound days, and the rebound days are the equivalent of like the bounce back days. Sometimes you got to step backwards to step forward. And the instance, the scenario I was trying to use yesterday was the slingshot, right? And so you take the little slingshot and you pull it back, and that rubber band or whatever it is like building tension as it's going backwards, and it's like, is it gonna break? Is it gonna break? It's, you're pulling it back, you're pulling it back, you're pulling it back, and then, but that's the bad days, the tension and stuff here. Oh my goodness, you are so precious. You're distracting me from what I'm trying to. Oh, nobody wants me to send this fucking message out. It always distracted me. But I'm getting better at not letting myself get distracted by distractions. And that's something you need to think about yourself. And if you like being distracted from, like, you're actually living your life, like, I know deep down inside, if you're watching this video right now, if you're hearing my voice, whatever time you eventually watch this video, it was brought to you for a fucking reason. So listen to whatever and take whatever out of it you can, and to help yourself be better. Because I don't have the fucking entire formula yet. And like, I know I'm almost there, but I know where I'm at now. I'm still able to help people get out of this chasm of depression and like thinking that they're not good enough for things. It's so it's you plant that seed, and it's it's how you nurture it. We were talking about that, and you hey, Luca, relax, please. And I hate having to tell her that, but like, this bitch is like 50 pounds, and she jumps off the bed and lands on the floor, runs around. Obviously, the fucking piece of shit, raggedy ass fucking apartments are not built for that. So like, I don't give a fuck about them down there, because that's a whole different situation. But I try to be courteous, at least. Like, I don't give a fuck about you, but like, I at least want to be semi-courteous, you know what I mean? Like, because I know if like I lived underneath someone that had a big dog and I could hear it like jumping on the floor and running like all the time, you can't. It is what it is. Like, if you're living in apartments, you have to deal with shit like that. Suck it up and deal with it. That's the thing, is like, I'm not doing that no more. I'm like, I'm gonna buy a house, and the problem, all the problem is I didn't want a house at first, because I didn't care. I just wanted somewhere to sleep, and like, none of the way I'm thinking now, I wasn't thinking then, obviously. And I was ignorant. And it's okay to be ignorant as long as you're willing to learn and then fucking not be fucking ignorant forever. So, there's like these. it's always like one or two dangly fucking hairs that start tickling my face and gets on my goddamn nerves. I'm gonna see if I have a message on my laptop. And then, I know, the big whole dramatic pause. Oh, I'm here for the story, kid. I'm here for the story. I just had to live through the story, so I'm still trying to take it all in. Okay, I want to tell you guys the story, but like it's gonna be I'm gonna compress it. I'm gonna think about it for a minute, and then we're gonna think about it and put it out there and get rid of it and be done with it. All right. This is dead. Please don't be dead. Oh, it's dead. Fuck. Alright. Okay. And since we're in one of these recoil days, rebound days, of now where the slingshot being sometimes I like to follow, or like the people that I follow, sometimes I'll have their video playing like while I'm doing stuff. I don't really to be honest, I don't really get to enjoy it the way I want to, but I am starting to make time and go back and like watch old streams and stuff and like get ideas and but to be like even more 55th Street with you, I like to disregard that. So where I'm at in my life right now is like I'm trying to just fucking stack, because I wasted. I don't know if you probably heard this. I appreciate the fuck out of you so much, man. You've been like watching my videos and stuff for a while. I don't I don't want to get into the semantics of it because I've been putting myself through the grindstone like day in and day out to like put content out, and it's not that I'm like upset or mad or anything like that about it, but it's just like I wish I capitalized on my thought processes back in like 2016 when I first started thinking like the way I am now. The way I'm thinking, like this mindset I have now was like kind of like fully clicked into gear. But it started like 2010 the first time, and then 2016, and I just didn't capitalize on these thoughts, and I became a fucking piece of shit. And for the 10 years that I didn't do anything, and I didn't even really, I don't even want to say I existed because I really barely did that. Like I just paid like the bills I had to pay. Like you don't have to fucking, people got you brainwashed to say you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to do this. You don't have to fucking do anything you don't want to do. Ever. It's your life. So if you don't want to Luca, please don't come over here with your dramatic ass. I'm not in the mood. I know what you're trying to do, and I appreciate it. I love you, but not right now, baby. Alright, so we've taken a little detour from the story. But I keep talking a lot, going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I'm sorry. Like, I suck at chronologizing. Is that a word? It's not a word. There's just so much shit that my brain produces. It's just like, like eggs or something, just like being tossed out of like a batting machine, and like those eggs are thoughts, and those eggs splatter against the fucking brain, the back of the brain, right? The eggs hitting the brain, and then as these eggs that are thoughts, they're already a thought, and they're already machine gunning at my shit, like boom, 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 and then once they hit the wall, a lot of the eggs splatter, right? Boom. So now that thought that I just got hit with got like branched out into a bunch of other thoughts. So then now I'm trying to like capitalize on this thought, and it's a rat race of me trying to keep up with myself that I've been God damn it. If I'm probably gonna honestly, realistically be dead by 35 of a stress-induced heart failure. I hope not. I hope I live to be fucking 50, I don't know, 60, 70 years old if I'm in good health. Or if I'm like enjoying my life like I'm starting to, if I'm living life and like, whatever, and I feel good and I like to be alive, fuck it, whatever, I'll live to be 100. Shit, I might live to be 115, who knows? But the thing is I'm preparing myself for this life of getting out of all of this shit that I've been in. Like, it's just, a lot of people live this cycle, and it was me. Like I said, we talked about it just a minute ago, about the whole 10 years that I was just in this cycle of just doing this shit, just working through the motions and just like waiting. Hurry up and wait. That's something that I would always hear, and it really stuck with me. Like, hurry up and wait, like, and that makes me like, my energies like rise or whatever. Fucking, it gets me in a tizzy. Oh man, I like camping a lot. Camping is fun, but I'm really I'm a little bougie when it comes to camping. Um, I've been like in the tents and sleeping bags and stuff like that, and I've had horrible experiences because like it wasn't like people didn't plan it out the right way, and I just ended up laying, getting bitten up by bugs and a bunch of or shit like that, and because they didn't plan it out right and they didn't bring enough gear and so for a long time I fucking hated camping. I was like, this shit sucks ass. Like, why do people want to come out here and do this? Like, go sit in the hot ass sun in a fucking tent and be hot and be miserable and then get bit up by bugs. And then I got a little older and my dad got he kind of was leveling his life up a little bit too at the time, and he got a pop. It was a step up from a pop-up camper, but it was a nice fucking camper. And then he's like, yeah, son, come, to check the camper out, da da da. Oh my God, I walked in, I'm like probably 14, 15 at the time, 16 maybe, and I'm like, damn, okay, this, like, it's got a TV, it's got a bed, a little shower, like, okay, let's try this camping shit again, okay? So we went camping again, with the fucking camper. I was like, yo, we're getting lit out on the fucking lake, chilling, drinking together, smoking a little smoke, and just having a good time. I was like, holy fuck, this is what camping is. This is the type of shit I enjoy. And maybe I'm just being bougie. Like, maybe I bet if I could really find a tent and like a setup if I really thought about it, and like, but the thing is like with me, I just haven't, my thought process and like the things I've been thinking about, I've been like it's been like a box of thoughts, and it hasn't been opened, it hasn't been cracked or anything. It's just like I was thinking about like just stupid shit, a couple things that just didn't matter, da 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 da, and it was just, and that was it. And I was just like living this life of negative vibrations, and my frequency was down. And I can be, and the thing now where I'm at too is I can, on a whim, I can become a very intense individual if I need to. Yes, but links to the, yes, I agree with you. I'm sorry. Bud, you don't know how much you mean to me in this life. And I know that kind of is probably weird because I don't know you. I may never meet you in real life, and that's fine. That is what it is. That's not the thing, but it's just, I like, it's just so crazy what life can open up to when you actually think the right things. And like, I didn't think I was interesting enough to be on the internet or something like that. And I'm like, who the fuck wants to watch me do anything? So I wouldn't make videos because I didn't, like, who the fuck wants to watch it? And then I got thinking about it. It's like, I want to watch it. Like, I like to get fucked up and then go back and watch footage from the days and like the activities I got myself into. So I took it from that and started, going on the thing. But deep breath. I will return in just a second. Um, get them from. Yeah, well, that's pretty. I'm glad to. I'm glad that you said that. Um, to be honest with you, I was such a social retard that I didn't want to talk to people. I didn't like. I was embarrassed. I didn't want to. I was afraid to reach out to people. I didn't want to. I didn't want to bother people, and like, it always bothers me those YouTubers are like, oh, get like and subscribe this video, da da da, and like they say it like 5 or 6 times in the video, and like that's like all they say, and it's like I don't. That's too much. Like I'm not that kind of YouTuber, man. Like I'm just a kid that fucking didn't have a good childhood, and I'm trying to make up for it in my older years. And then now, after the 10 years I spent being a fucking bum and in isolation from myself and all of that good stuff, I just like, I'm doing this. I know in my heart that my channel's gonna like explode. Like people, it's like planting a seed. Like I think it was you that like you brought somebody to my page, or somebody. I was so fucking gone that night, and I was dealing with some other shit from work that I wasn't really able to process what was happening as it was happening, and I was like overwhelmed. And I was like, holy shit! Like I've got like 50 people watching my stream right now, and people are commenting like, what the fuck is happening? Like, who are these people? Like, where do they come from? And I was like freaking out in my head because I was like, I'm not ready for this. I wasn't like, I thought I was ready to be like this like big social butterfly, but it's not that easy. Like I am social, but like to a small circle of people, I guess. And it is what it is. It's not like I'm happy the way with it, but yeah. It was weird, Paul. I remember that, and I'm very appreciative and thankful that I think I did like the shout out and said that too during the time that happened, because I was just so like it happened in a moment in my life where like other shit was just not doing it for me, and like I just really down on myself, man, and that it not as bad as I was a few months ago, but I was just like on the edge of the grindstone, like teetering my thoughts of like, man, is this gonna work? Is this gonna work? Is this gonna work? And I just didn't know. And I was putting too much pressure on myself, and that was the biggest thing. Is like, it's I want people to come to my channel, obviously, and that's gonna happen over time. It takes time, and it's growing every day. I'm being a little over dramatic. Every couple days, every week, whatever. But it's little steps by steps, and I just have to keep doing, and it's all gonna pay off one day. And it's like everybody that wants to be a part of this community, like you said, community, I guess, is a good word. I was trying to think of something. I was saying cult, community, cult, same thing, whatever. I want to build that with like-minded people that like don't take life too seriously, but at the same time know when to take it seriously, and also know that like it's, and just I'm just here to have fun, man. I'm not I know once the channel does get big over the next few years, like I do want to do giveaways and stuff like that. And it sounds, and I feel like a bum, like Dick Ryden, like Mr. Beast, or like other YouTubers that do things for people. But so many people have helped me get where I'm at, and I didn't realize it for so long. And now that I do realize it, and I'm so appreciative of everybody that's in my life that helps me every step of the way, I want to give back. I want to give back to them, to, like, when my increments get up. My plan, I didn't know it at the time. This whole job I'm at now was kind of like a test pad for my new, like, Genesis or whatever. I didn't know if I wanted to be there, or if I was, like, gonna try to, and I ended up getting entwined in there because I was starting, like we were saying earlier, that place has a very sentimental, before I even worked there, that place had an attachment to me because I met this girl and she likes wrestling, and we went to a wrestling show at the place that I work. It did midget wrestling, and it was like a fucking chance of fate thing, and it was like one of the greatest nights of my life. And then in between that, some of the worst days of my life. Shortly after, and it was just such a, I was in such a mental fucking chasm, like from like February, Marchish, from like recently, of just this back and forth of like, is this really meant for me? Like I knew I'm put on this earth to do something else. Like I like serving and bartending. It's fun. I make good money doing it, but because it allows me to do things I like to do. And I got to thinking, I was like, well, why can't I do the things I like to do and make that a full-time thing? Wrestling shows there. Shit, I don't know what we were talking about. I'm sure they probably do. I'm sorry, what was I talking about? Wrestling shows. What wrestling shows? I go off on such diatribes sometimes. I appreciate you listening to me, like, talk and ramble. I guess I could say you might be the closest thing I've had to a therapist. That sounds really fucking pathetic out loud. But I knew for many years that I was meant for more, so you gotta, and if you ever felt like that too, man, if you're like, I don't know anything about you, about your life, but if you feel like your life sucks, and if it does suck, that's the universe trying to tell you that, like, to stop living that life that fucking sucks and find something you like to do and fucking go do that. We will get there. The midget wrestling. Thank you. Sorry. Okay. They are doing it again. Actually, October 18th or 19th, something like that. And so I'll go back. Since I was talking about that, I'll go back. So the midget wrestling. And yeah, I met the girl, and she's like the perfect match for me. She's literally a reflection of me in a fucking 4'9" Puerto Rican skin sack suit, whatever. And she, like, was the same as me and stuff. but the midget wrestling, that was our first like real link get together, and I didn't know it at the time that I was going to be working there. It was a crazy twist of fate that like I ended up losing my other job because me and my manager got into it sick nasty because he tried to tell me that my life is a certain way and try to tell me certain things. He a fucking narcissist, and he was trying to, like, anytime I try to have an issue or have a problem, like, or tell him something that was bothering me, I would end up becoming the problem, trying to talk about the problem that I was facing. So I just, that was just like the beginning of it, and ended up dealing with that. But I ended up there because I was at the bottom of my luck. I was like, fuck it, like, it's right across the street. It's a 20-minute walk, so I'll walk down there, I'll see what's good. It was like they instantly hired me, and I knew it was like this test. And I'm like, what? Before I move forward, everything you think, your thoughts, and how you apply that is magic. And that sounds crazy. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. Just, you gotta put that shit in the right, put your eggs in the right basket, please. That's all I ask. Because I don't want anybody to live their life feeling like they are just a slave, or like that. And we all have excuses. We all have excuses. Like, oh, why can't you do this? Why aren't you? Oh, dude, no, I'm not gonna referee the midget match, but since I am trying to get into wrestling, like, that's my avenue that I know I'm gonna be. I already know, like, I've known it for years. It's just getting there and how I got there and all that. But I am gonna try to get worked into the angle and be like try to have them like throw me down or something, like suplex me or like work me into the match, or like maybe I can like cut a promo on them, talk some trash. Man, I don't know. And it was so cool. I don't know if you like watch wrestling or know anything about it, but there was two guys and that happened to be at the midget wrestling show that are wrestlers for WWE, which is like the biggest wrestling company in the world or whatever, is Damian Priest and Dominic Mysterio, and they were both in there, and it was like one of those moments where like, whoa, oh man, I'm gonna be both. It depends on how they let me tell my story, but I've thought about it both ways. Like, I could be the perfect baby face, or I could be the perfect heel, because like I know how to make people hate me, or not like hate me, but like I've always been controversial, and I've always like pushed buttons on people. Like, hear they say something, and I'll just try to get them to say something else. I don't know. I think I would really, really thrive in the villain role. I think that's where I like, just because I've been through so much dark shit, and like it's easy to like, it's just, oh man, it's crazy. It's so crazy to think about, because like all the shit that I've been dreaming about and wanting, it's like it's always been right there, but I just wouldn't go get it, and like I was so mad at myself that I didn't go get it. And now that I'm actually doing it and I'm chasing it and I'm so close to it, and like now like I'm like, I tremble with nervousness like every day, because it's like, holy shit, it's happening, it's coming to life, and like I feel the excitement and I can see it, and it's just like, holy shit, like. But the second that negative thought comes, like, oh, you don't deserve it, kid. you're no Roman Reigns. Like, you're hang up the boots, kid. And I started thinking about that, like, fuck. But I'm getting so much better. Like, every day, I'm like, every day I'm evolving. Every day I'm getting better. And I know I'm gonna have some slopes. Like, today was definitely a rough day. I knew it was gonna be like that. I know we were saying that earlier because I didn't go to sleep. I stayed up all night, thinking I was streaming to you guys, but I ended up doing my first silent film. So I didn't know that my fucking mic wasn't on. And I think someone pointed it out to me, but it was already after I'd been talking for fucking hours at that point, and like all the stories and stuff. So I knew I wasn't gonna get any sleep, and I knew today at work was gonna be shitty. So I was trying not to be like in that, but I just knew. I was like, fuck, it's gonna be rough. Just get through it. It's gonna be fine. And it was. I got through it, and it eventually was fine. But getting through it, the whole, like, knowing I only had about 45 minutes of sleep, and then now I'm getting myself ready. They changed my position because they're like, I was supposed to serve. Now I'm like bar backing, which is like helping everybody. Now I'm supposed to make more money doing that, and I have a different job code, but they didn't have my job code on the computer, so I had to clock in a server. So I was asking questions, and they didn't have the answers to the questions that I was asking, and I was getting frustrated. And that was just the start of the day. And then this bitch, I know we were talking, I don't know if you were listening when I was talking about this bitch earlier, but this bitch, she cleans, she comes in and does her little cleaning shit at the little chicken shack, whatever. And I don't know this bitch. I've seen her like once or twice come in there. I don't know her name. I don't fucking care. Like, you have a job to do, you come in and you do it, that's great. I was extremely tired, but the video I streamed yesterday, the one I was just talking about that ended up being my debut in the silent film, I just had so much shit I wanted to talk about, and I was talking about it, and I was just like letting my brain go, and also I was stressed out, and I was like thinking about, like, I knew how shitty work was going to be today, or I guess yesterday now. I knew how shitty it was going to be because, long story short, I got exactly what I asked for. I like mentally told myself, like, hey, I started thinking, like, hey, I want a different job. I want this, like, this atmosphere and this and this and this, and I got the atmosphere that I asked for, and I fucking hated it, and it wasn't for me, and now I'm stuck for a minute. Well, now I'm like my wheels are spinning again, and it's just another lesson I learned to, like, like, be careful what you wish for because you just might get it. I was like, oh man, I'd love to work at a sports bar. That'd be so sick. Like, what? No. Philadelphia Eagles fans, and to be fair, I'm sure it's like this for every other fucking football team, and even probably basketball team too, because people are fucking stupid over sports. These people are insufferable. They are insufferable people. And so on top of that, I knew all that. So anyway, the cleaning bitch, she comes in there. I don't ever talk to her. Like I said, I don't know her. But she come in there and she starts asking me. I have my headphones in. Like, don't fucking talk to me when I have my headphones in. That's common courtesy. You see someone with headphones in, why would you talk to them? I'm trying to do my job. I'm already irritated because I didn't sleep, like I said, and I'm going in here and I'm trying to set up the restaurant and do my thing, and this bitch walks up and she starts talking, and I see she's talking to me, so I pull my headphone out. What? Oh, do you know where da-da-da-da is? And like, well, I'm cleaning. I think because I was taking the chairs down, she was like, well, I hadn't cleaned on that side yet. And I was like, okay, well, I'll go do the other side. And she's like, yeah, that's fine. Like, go to the other side. Like, I'm already done over there. Okay, cool. That's fine. So I'll go over there. I'll start doing the other side, trying to do the other side. And start taking the chairs down. And then she comes over there and she's like, well, do you know where this and this is for the... I was like, I don't know. It's probably in the closet. And then I was short with her because, like, this is now twice you're interrupting me, asking me something stupid. And this bitch has been working here fucking long time before me, so anybody that's worked at a job longer than me and asks me questions about the job, it fucking pisses me off. It's like, how fucking retarded are you? But anyway. So, now I'm to the point, I've asked like 3 people now, what am I supposed to be doing? Do you want me to be bar back? Do you want me to be server? You change your mind back and forth. You said it a couple times. What am I doing? Okay. And then one girl's like, oh, you're going to be doing this, and this, and like a bunch of extra shit. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Just tell me what I need to do first, and I'll start getting to work. So I start getting to work, and then I go outside too. Let me back up. So I go outside. This was the 3rd interaction with this bitch. Now I'm doing a video. Like, talking about how, like, frustrated I was at the time. And, like, it's just like, oh, fucking idiot me type shit, right? No. I was told that it was. I was, like, kind of... From my experience, the one time I went in there before I ever went in to apply, it was busy as fuck, and it was like that midget wrestling thing, and I was like, oh, it's super sick. Like, these people seem cool, and like it wasn't like, nobody knows what they're doing. Everybody thinks they're everybody's manager, and it's just like, it's a big clusterfuck that needs to get fixed, and I don't get paid enough to like deal with it. So I don't, like, I'm there to make money and move forward. And like, some people get upset about that because, like, oh, you don't care. It's like, I care, dude. I care so much, and that's the problem, is I care too much sometimes, and that fucking fucks me over, is because I'm like, oh, okay, I'll do this, and that's kind of how today ended up in that shift, because it's like, okay, well, I'll help y'all, and it ended up working out perfectly because I was still fucked up, and I couldn't deal with people. I was annoyed. I was pissed off. Just like, don't. And the fucking cleaning lady comes out. I know I'm going all over the place, back and forth. I'm sorry. And she comes when I'm doing the video outside, and I'm talking about like how stupid the day is already, and she comes out there, and I don't know what the fuck she says, but I have to take my headphone out again for the 3rd time now. And I said, what do you want? Just like that. And I felt bad as soon as I said it, because I was like, I'm not a dick like that, but fuck, like, what? Like, you're not my boss, you're not my manager, you're not, like, you don't have any reason to talk to me. And I don't mind talking to people, but it's just like, if you have something to say that's important, I'll fucking talk to you about it. But don't bother me with stupid shit, okay? And then I was like, well, I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing right now, so you don't want me to put the chairs up. Because she told me not to put the chairs down the first time where I was trying to put them down, because she hadn't gotten there yet. So I started to do the other side, and that's when she said something else, and it's like, well, wait a second, or whatever. And then that was the 3rd time she come out, and was like, well, I was like, what are you asking me to, what do you need me to do? Because I'm here to work, and you're not done with your job, so I can't do my job. And she's like, well, why can't we work with each other, work around each other, or whatever? And I was like, we can, but I don't know what the problem is. Like, why we don't need to have this conversation. whatever. And then so another 45 minutes, 30, 45 minutes go by. I'm getting the bar set up. I'm cutting the limes and lemons and shit. And then now the fourth time, now this bitch bothers me a fourth fucking time. She comes up to me to tell me that she's fucking leaving. She's like, oh yeah, I guess we don't have to work together anymore, or whatever it is. Or some smart ass, it was such a smart ass remark. And I said it loud. I didn't say it to her, but like I was still like cutting my limes, and she's like, I'm like cutting my shit, listening to my music, and she's like standing beside me. Look up. Take out the fucking hair. What is it this time? Oh, I was just telling you that I'm taking off or whatever. Okay. And I didn't look at her. I was like, why in the fuck did you make me take my headphone out for that? And then I know I was rude. I shouldn't have been rude. But I'm just so fucking tired of people like talking to people on a low vibration that are just so fucking ignorant to the world around them, to everything around them, and it drives me bonkers. It drives me so fucking bonkers. So, while I'm bitching about this, it's about 10 o'clock in the morning now, I'm upset, and I'm like, well, fuck, I'm gonna make the best. Then I start telling myself, like, I'm gonna make the best out of this. So I'm like, I need to come back, give me like 15 minutes, I'm gonna go 20 minutes, whatever, I'm gonna take the dog out, because like I said, I live close. So I went, brought the dog out, let her potty, and then went back, and I was like, okay, so tell me what to do. Like, give me a list of, and then as soon as I just started, one of them started talking, and I was like, you know what, I think I've got it figured out. And I just started working. I just started doing shit that I know that needed to be done. You need help. What are you drinking, boss? Oh, hey girl, I poured this dude a vodka soda. He's whatever his name is. You have his card, will you ring it up? Okay. And it was like stuff like that. And then I was like changing kegs and like changing trash and like just dealing with, you know, just simple typical restaurant shit. And then it just like, I felt all this tension toward me, like, because I was in that position to work and like help everybody. And like, the thing about working with like a fucking whole entire female staff as a male has its pros and its cons for sure, but it's mostly cons. Like all that drama, like all these girls are so much fucking drama, and they all don't like each other, and they all don't like something that someone does, and they bitch about it, and they have this little group chat, and they're all in it, and it's so toxic and it's so negative, and I don't fuck with it at all. But there's people that work there that like encapsulate their lives around this fucking group chat in this place. And it's like, oh my god, dude, like get a life, please get a fucking life. Like it drives me insane that people are like twice my age and just so fucking clueless. They're clueless, man. It's sad. It's so sad. Oh, it's so fucking sad. But anyway, so we do that, and I'm having I have to deal with people like all the girls drama, like, oh, he didn't tip me. Well, shit, you suck, and like y'all are tipping me out because I'm doing this position, and y'all aren't making money because y'all suck. So I'm not making money because y'all suck. And it was like that was pissing me off too. And then so like I went out and fucking cried, dude. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm keep 55th Street. I fucking I was like, alright, fuck it. Encapsulated all that fucking negative energy, and just took it, and then just fucking cried my eyes out for 10 minutes out back. And then I was like, hit the fucking pen. I need to hit it again too right now. Actually, matter of fact, 'cause I'm getting fucking stressed out thinking about this again. Hit the pen, took the pen out. Got a fat, nice rip of the pen. Deep breath. I already cried. I felt good about crying. It's fucking stupid to say that out loud, but like, it happens. Especially when you're like overworked, underpaid, overstressed. And I didn't sign up for that shit. I did not sign up to be stressed out at all. Obviously, in a restaurant, you're gonna have stress, but it's a controlled stress and you know what you're signing up for. I did not sign up for what I signed up for, and they don't even know what the fuck they got going on there, so it just became a big clusterfuck. And here's where it gets good, because I try to be negative the whole, like, and I was like I was already in the bad mood, so I was like, well, fuck it, I'll just be in a bad mood all day and just not, I don't have to talk to anybody anyway, so I'll just like think about this dumb shit. And then my brain was like, no, dude, like, why are you doing that? Like, you're better than that. So be better. And then I was a little frustrated with myself too, because I knew I was like, too fucked up, and I knew I was working hard, but I wasn't working as fast as I could have been, as fast as I would be if I wasn't fucking zonked and like tapped on no sleep. I would have been a lot better, obviously, but it just, you get what you get with me 100% of the time, like, and especially I give my full effort, and when I don't get that shit reciprocated back to me, I will become a different person very quickly, because like when I went to that job, I wanted to make money, I wanted to help, and I wanted to do that, and what it turned into being is me not doing that. It turned into me being like a doormat to all these fucking crybaby girls that like don't have a life or don't have their things together. And I learned a lot over these couple months, and I'm, it's getting me ready for the life that I know I should be living. I used to be like weirded out by like girls approaching me. Like if a pretty girl talks to me or like even looks at me, I freak out. And I'm still struggling with that to this day. Like I'm not fucking buck ass ugly. I'm not super sexy either. Good looking dude, but like I see a pretty girl and I'm just like, oh my god, like I just get nervous and flustered, and it's like, why? Like these broads fucking suck. 9 out of 10 times, I'll make this connection. I'll talk to this girl, like just because I have to, like, oh, because I work with you, I have to talk to you. It's like 9 out of 10 times, it's like I didn't even want to have a conversation with you after you open your mouth a couple times. And then the one you find, you're like, oh, we're not gonna go there. I will be back.